Hello and welcome to Respect the Crit. I'm your host and game master, Ian Duncan. My pronouns are he, him, Eddie. And I am joined by some wonderful people, some really great friends, and some incredible players. Firstly, please welcome Jamie Lee-Bonés.
Hello, I am Jamie Bonés, she, her, and I will be playing LO, they, them, the modified medical droid / mercenary soldier.
Yes, Grenadier, or
yes.
however you pronounce that.
Running out, gotta restock pretty soon.
We gotta restock. Jamie, I just noticed your earrings. What are those?
Oh gosh, they're just cordage earrings, basically, like droop earrings with string.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they look like little furry wampas or something.
Yeah.
Also joining us, please welcome Alex Herrera.
Hello, I am Alex Herrera. I play Beegax Botano, the Doug Slicer. Both of us, he, him.
No earrings on you, but you have added another lip ring to the many that you have.
Yeah, I have 12.
Yeah.
So I figured 12th one would kind of do some balance to the symmetry. No, I don't have lip rings on this beautiful mug.
It's amazing that we don't hear them clacking against your teeth.
Yeah, you haven't heard it yet. Yeah, it's just it would sound something like that. It'd be like.
And probably the person with the most piercings out of all of us. Please welcome Susan Spenader.
Hi, I'm Susan. I'll be playing Xelora Veo. We both go by she, her, and I went out of order. Xelora is a Twi'lek smuggling pod racer. I forgot how to talk. It's all these piercings.
All the piercings got in the way. Yeah, they're like pulling your mouth apart like a fucking Hellraiser Cenobite. And,
yeah, like I got this one right in my bone. I think it's like too close to my brain or something.
Like that guy who got hit by the railroad spike. What the hell was his name back in like the early 1900s?
Yeah, that went through his brain and he's still alive, like right through his eye.
He became like from a boring guy to outgoing.
Those photos are crazy.
Yeah. It changed personality, and everyone's like, wow, he was so outgoing after the rail spike, and he also had like violent outbursts, and then he died.
Oh, God.
It's like, whoa.
Do you think that's where they got the idea for lobotomies? Or was that?
Yeah, I'm guessing medical science at the time was like, this is a boon. Like, we've always thought about this. We never, we never wanted to try it.
Yeah, because introverts were seen as a bad thing back then. So they'd be like, let's just put spikes in their brains.
We'll just make you happy. It's like, that's not what it's doing.
Now, you might have some violent outbursts and then die, but at least you'll conform to society better.
Yeah,
and that's what's most important.
Exactly.
Awful.
There's some smart thinking going on here, guys.
Medicine got real weird. Is real weird.
Is still real weird.
It's still real weird.
For sure. Well, speaking of getting real weird, why don't we get real weird with it and play a little Star Wars? What do you say?
Punch it.
Yes.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Episode 70, Black Sun Situation. After escaping the conflict with the Scrappers, the crew of the Way returned to the Worthless camp aboard the Ebon Hawk. But when contacting their ship to check in, they found the Black Sun holding the rest of their crew hostage, and gang leader Bonastuzzi ready to offer them a difficult deal. Will cool heads prevail as they listen to the demands of this devious Duros?
First things first, let's roll the Destiny roll. And before you ask, no, I did not pull the Wills of the Force, so we do not have.
It's okay.
We do not have that to look forward to, but something tells me I don't think. Yeah. You know, they were getting too soft on you. They were just, they were, it was light side. I just had to shut it down because
Ian's like, give me. I'm looking for my 11,000 dark side votes from Georgia, and I can't find them. I can't find them.
Oh.
Where are they?
I shouldn't have rolled it then. Of course I had to roll it on that note.
Yeah, same here. I picked that's why I should never mention that, because then
Well, give it to me from Fulton County Prison. Give it to me.
to dark side.
Ooh, yeah, starting strong. To dark side from Alex.
That's what I get for mentioning fucking election fraud.
Right? I have one dark side because I rolled it right as soon as you said that.
Well, don't worry, team. I got you. I got one light side.
Yeah. Hey, a beacon of hope. A beacon of hope in the darkness. That's 3 dark side, 1 light side points. But never let it be said that you haven't had amazing results from just that many.
True.
You know, that's when our fearless fringers are at their best, some would say.
When things are at their worst, we are at our best.
It only takes one. It only takes one.
It only takes that
just
one.
need one.
And speaking of one, we've got to do a morality roll too, but there's only 1 morality point for this. So, Alex, if you would be so kind as to roll a d10, and you are trying to get anything above a 1, I believe. Yes.
7.
7. All right, cool. So, yeah, you can add 6 points. That's your rolled 7 minus the morality point. So 6 points tracking up towards the light.
68.
Aw, can you give him one more?
Yeah, subtract that one. Yeah.
One more.
Well, them's the rules. It's almost nice, but it's not quite. That'll have to be Beegax. Like, you'll have to like regulate that always to just try and like get it in that sweet spot.
Go low, yeah. Just go. Oh, I'm slipping in the dark side. Psych. And go back up.
You're not going for like the medium. You're not really watching out for am I slipping in the dark side. You're just trying to hit 69.
Nice. Yeah, it's like getting ice cream, but then realizing it's like fat-free ice cream. Tastes a little weird, but it's okay.
Still better than no ice cream.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah.
We start out right in the frame. We've got our fearless fringers in the middle of the scraplands, piled up, dunes of junk around them, and a lot of droids who call themselves the Worthless. Even at their best, they are looking like they've been pulled from the various piles of junk themselves. In the background, the old, decrepit Ebon Hawk sort of sitting there, waiting to take off once more, and a bunch of organic beings that have survived their time in the scraplands thanks to our fearless fringers here. The fearless fringers are sort of gathered around, I believe it was Beegax's deck, this blue hollow like flickering of Aduros, the Black Sun gang member Bonastasi, who sneers at them from this hologram. What are y'all doing? What does this look like standing around here? Just received the message that their crew has been sort of taken hostage on the way. Why don't we start with the person who knows Bonastasi the most, Xelora Veo.
She's leaning against the wall with her arms crossed, and then she sees Bonny, and he says, good to see you, little Twi'lek. And she gets up from against the wall and... don't you just know how to die?
Too much good things in this life to die, little Twi'lek. Seems like you might know something about that, seeing as I'm looking at you, all still alive.
And you seem to be banking on us being alive, Bonny, seeing as you took their ship. How would someone like you know that?
Gotta hedge my bets, little Twi'lek. Honestly, your friends, dead or alive, I can turn them in, which is what I'm looking to do. I figured you'd survive, though. Hell, I hoped you would. You're tough, got tenacity. That's why I like you.
Well, seeing as you tore apart a train with a disruptor rifle because you're scared of little old me, I guess it says a little bit about me.
I may have pulled the trigger on that train, but it's only because you forced my hand. If you had handed over your friends then, none of this would have ever happened.
Yeah, and that's still not going to happen, so we're at a crossroads here, Bonnie.
I think we'll find our way through it pretty easily.
And he gestures to the other beings here. Let's go. Hello. What are you doing over here?
I think Elo would interrupt the conversation and would just take a couple steps forward and say, "Where are the crew? Where are the crew?" Sorry, I'm trying to get back into doing the voice. I realized that I wasn't doing it as much. I'm gonna do the voice.
That's okay, you know. Droids are allowed to be dynamic and change as well.
Let's just get you to download voice mod.
Yeah.
That's what I
have
need.
to worry
is
about it
voice
again.
mod.
Yeah.
Never have to worry. Same with me. Never have to worry about it again.
Bonnie smirks.
Oh, they're doing fine. We got them all snuggled up. You want to see them?
And he sort of like moves the camera over to the side, and you see on the holo there is Creed and Verse and Obram, and they are bound up on their knees. Creed looks like he has just had the absolute shit kicked out of him.
Oh no.
Same with Verse. She's not looking great, but and Obram looks real tired. And Verse just says, "Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't give in to anything they do." And just like, whomp, someone just like hits her right in the head. She kind of like leans on Obram, and Bonnie turns the camera back and says,
"And they'll continue doing fine long as you do what I say."
I don't want to interrupt, but as the camera's panning, can I take like a count of who I see that isn't crew? Of how many Black Sun?
Yeah.
Oh, see, we never did that before. Jamie and I never really sized up our opponents before we went after them.
Yeah, let's say roll me a perception check, and we'll call it an average check, but I'm gonna throw a black die in there because it's kind of like you're only kind of seeing bits and pieces. They don't really have the camera on the rest of them there, but yeah, you're trying to make the calculation, so go ahead.
1 success, 2 threats.
1 success. You see that there are 3 additional Black Sun, including Sarah, so Sarah plus 2, and Bonnie. But you also notice with those threats, they're rocking those ion disruptors that Xelora smuggled in.
Oh.
Burning bridges with Zerka now. Like,
Sick.
Dummies.
Yeah, and as the camera pans back, we sort of like see the final other Fringer here, Beegax. It's Beegax kind of doing it. He kind of initiated this call.
I mean, this is unexpected to him. He's completely out of left field, so he doesn't really have much to go on besides what he feels. So he's like a little angry. It's like the anger is bubbling up inside him, but then part of him remembers like, hey, come on, chill out, because if you get mad, you're gonna end up being like that guy who wanted to teach. So he's trying to suppress a little anger here, but he's kind of growling, just clenching fists.
And what exactly is it you want?
Ooh, to the point. I like this droid. Here's how things are gonna go down. You and your, Doug friend there. Seems like you got quite the bounty on your head. Something I want to collect. So, why don't you send your location, and you just sit real tight and pretty. I'll come on by and pick you up. From there, well, we got a few stops, but one of those stops will be turning you into the Empire. For you, little Twi'lek, I don't much care what you do, but seeing as you caused all this and made a bunch of problems, the Black Sun are gonna be very angry, what with their train route all destroyed. But because I like you, because I'm such a good guy, I'll smooth things over for them. You'll be able to leave scot-free. How's that sound?
Susan looks so exhausted.
Yeah.
Bonnie, I just can't. I can't deal with him right now. But you know that's not how this is gonna go down.
How's it gonna go down then?
She looks over to Beegax and Ello. I don't want to speak out of class here.
That's why you're here. You are our speaker.
You're gonna let the crew of the Way go. You're not going to take Beegax and Ello. And maybe I won't report this back to Zerka, who supplies you with all those weapons. And maybe, and I'm calling a bluff here, but I'm doing it. I might even do a deception for this. But I won't report the bounty on you.
Ooh, interesting.
I'm pretty sure he has one, just knowing in the circles he runs in.
Yeah, let's call for a deception roll, I think. And give me one sec, cause this is gonna be an opposed check. The difficulty based on their cool.
Okay.
So your deception and their cool, that's gonna be 2 red and a purple.
Holy shit.
Oof.
Considering my deception is 1 yellow and 1 green.
I am looking at 1 light side.
Whoa.
I'm looking at 1 light
No.
side.
We're probably gonna need that.
Come on. First time in the game, you trying to get us with that?
He just
Okay.
wants the whole board black.
Yeah, I know.
Give me the dark side points.
2 threat.
Oh, shit.
Bonnie smiles at you and he says,
Little Twi'lek, you know I'm too much of a good boy to have a bounty on my head. I do what I'm told, and I make things happen for the Black Sun. They like me. Most people like me, so no, I don't think that's how this is gonna go down. And if it goes down any other way than I say it does, your friends here are not gonna be leaving this ship alive. Now you do what I say, and they'll get to walk away or fly away or do whatever it is that they want to do. Why don't you go ahead and send that location? Anything funny happens to me if I don't check in with my friends here. Bad news for your friends.
It's really up to you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm at a loss because you can't trick them
Yeah.
because they have.
"Don't do it! Don't do it!" You just hear Verse yelling in the background.
Verse is gonna just continue to get beat up the entire time.
I know.
Obram's diaper needs to be changed. That is a fact.
Poor bug.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way that hasn't.
It's past his snap time. He eepy and sleepy. Need to go beddy.
Poor Obram. Poor Simple Creed. He doesn't know.
I
what
know.
happened.
He kind of knows one thing and it didn't work out for him. So
I think Beegax would speak up. He'd be like, I hate to be a defeatist, but this one seems like a lose. And like you can see him trying to think. He's trying to think, but he's coming up with nothing. I mean, this is like he doesn't want any more innocent people getting hurt because of him. Because this happened to, well, I mean, I don't know if you want to call the old men back at the Elk Lodge innocent. You know, they're kind of racist, but it's another case of people being harmed just because of what he has done. So he's at a loss.
I think Ello looking towards Beegax and really everybody, because Gur and Rat are still with us as well.
correct, yeah. You just see like Rat is like sparking. He's just like, you can see like energy emitting from him.
If we surrender, our crew goes free.
That's right.
I think we should meet him. I don't want to give him our coordinates, but I don't know how we're going to get the fuck out of the scraplands, so maybe it's best that he goes to pick us up.
Yeah, because I'm gonna end up limping with the Ebon Hawk all the way to the way. It's the more and more we talk about this, the more and more it sounds like we cannot come back to this planet.
Mm-hmm.
Because I envision another spaceport shootout. That's literally what I'm seeing in my head.
Yeah.
I'm not
We're
seeing
just going to
anything
keep
else.
crossing off planets
Yeah.
that we can't go back to.
And I really like this one, and I'm sad we're not going to be able to come back to Ord Mantell.
Yeah. And this is, I think it's about mid-rim, so
Yeah,
it's
it's
about
it's
a mid-rim planet.
It's a populated planet,
Yeah.
and it's a destination planet.
Yes,
you
and
know, like,
thank you. Yes, and
Yeah,
well traversed. Yeah.
if you pick up a pamphlet for places to go in the summer or spring, Ord Mantell is definitely on the list.
Yes.
5-star accommodations, warning to tourists about the scraplands.
If
now
you want to have a killer bachelor party, Ord Mantell is the place to go.
then
Reese
there's a
gives it a glowing review.
yeah, Reese, yeah, it's a little picture of Reese. He's got like a drink in his hand. He's like, like mid sneeze drunk shot, like right there at the bottom.
Somehow still looks attractive.
Yeah, and there's a,
yeah.
and they added on the back page. They added a little like a laminated sticker that's like recently added. Oh, there's been some transportation issues with one of the rail systems.
Yeah, but don't worry.
Don't worry, it's getting fixed real
Your
soon.
vacation will not be impacted.
Yeah. Fucking Ord Mantell.
Gur is looking at this pamphlet and he's like, looks at everyone and he's like, "What about Reese?"
The pamphlet came to help.
So
It is canon now.
Zelora's gonna make eye contact with Gur as he says that, and just kind of give him like a stare, and then lean down and give like Beegax like gonna touch him from behind for just a moment, give him a squeeze, and then she's gonna throw her hands up and be like, fine, I'm done with you guys. Like, I'm done with this. If you guys want to give up, no skin off my back. I got a race to get to. But hopefully you picked up the subtle cues before that.
I don't know if we would have.
Oh, can you? Yeah, I think
but
that's a
I don't
roll
think Ella
too.
would either.
You know what? He would feel the squeeze, and it's like she's trying to do something, but he doesn't know what it is. I'm gonna try and tap into the force. Like,
Oh, I like that.
I want to feel. I want to feel intention. I want to feel intentions.
Yes, I
don't
like
know if that's
all of that. Okay.
It's not a skill, is it? I mean, I don't have it if it's a skill, but
Let's do this. I think for LO that might be a roll to pick up on the subtlety. So let's do that first.
Okay.
The difficulty will be Zelora's deception. So what's your deception, Zelora?
Yellow and green.
So your difficulty, Jamie, is going to be a red and a purple.
Okay.
And we'll call that, it could be a cool check, or let's see, I want to say perception maybe. That
if I
might
may,
be.
if I may propose something. So
Yeah.
LO is a droid. They have multiple. We've discussed this, that they have the ability to turn on like lights, and they have the ability to scan for medical issues because they are a medical droid. So perhaps, I don't know, maybe it's a tech role, a mechanics role, or whatever the equivalent is for droids, but some sort of role that determines LO's ability to read Zelora's emotions at the time of Zelora's outburst. Like the way Daredevil can see heartbeats and know when it's a lie. Maybe Zelora can tell that this is a lie of some kind. Like Xelora is lying about her not caring that we turn ourselves in.
I think you could make an argument for that. So yeah, we'll call it a cool or a medicine check.
Or medicine, you say.
Yeah, so your difficulty is 1 red and 1 purple.
It's always that red one that screws things up.
4 successes, but 2 threats.
Ooh.
So that's a success. You pick up on this deception. Gur kind of just like gives you a little subtle understanding nod. LO, you understand what this means. We'll get to the threats in a second. Zelora taps Beegax on the shoulder, and you want to tap into this force stuff. So I'm gonna say roll the force die, and as always, if you want to use the dark side, it is gonna cost you a morality point.
If it comes up dark side, right?
Yeah, and some strain and we'll do all of that rigmarole, but it comes up light side.
Too light side.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
I haven't got a light side force die roll in a long time.
What does that kind of look like? Or what does that feel like, I guess, is more...
I would like to think it's not even his choice. I'd like to think that, because he's stressing out, like, we're going to have to turn ourselves in. He can't think of a concrete plan. And Xelora making her exclamation and squeezing his shoulder as she does so. It's kind of like a spark, almost like when you get static shock from somebody, but this is more of like static shock inside his heart. Like he can feel something like a tinge. And before he can comprehend what that tinge is, he just gets this word in his head: lie. Like, basically the subcontext, but being told loudly in his own mind, like, hey, this is a lie. So everything that Xelora says after she squeezes his shoulder and continues her, I don't really care, I'm out of here, we're done. He knows right away this is a lie. He can feel this is not true.
I love it. Xelora walks away. I think the two threats are that Bonastasi clocks something's going on. I don't think he knows what it is, and I don't think he's pinpointed it at all. But I think he's clocked that, like, it's weird for Xelora to just give up on something. So you can kind of see that. He just kind of, like, even though he's got those big Duros red eyes, he like squints a little bit. He's kind of like doing some mental math.
Well, there you have it. Your location, if you would be so kind.
Send him.
Yeah, if there's nothing else besides the Xelora's lie, he's like, all right. Beegax is like kind of grumbling. Clickety clack clack. Send.
Boom. They go to the way, and they're picked up.
Okay. Well, I'm on my way. And remember, anything happen to me, I don't check in. Well, your friends check out. If you understand what I'm saying.
You don't need these words. We get it. All right, tough guy.
As for you, little Twi'lek, never known you to walk away from anything. I like what I see. Maybe I'll get to see it one last time.
That's sexual harassment.
If you could still hear my thoughts, thank you in your brain.
Well, you're more than welcome to take it up with HR, but the HR department for the Black Sun, not in your favor.
No.
Just like the real HR.
Yeah. Yes.
The thing goes dark. As soon as it goes off, Gur immediately turns to Xelora and goes, "Do you think this gambit is going to work?"
At the very least, it gives us another card in our stack. I clocked 3 Black Suns, all with ion disruptors, including Bonny on the ship. If he thinks that I don't care, then he's more likely to let me go. If he thinks I'm going to follow, he probably would kill me and then take you guys. So now we have some options. Do we want to take him out and have him call his buddies while he's here and say, let them go, I got him? Or we can let him take you guys and we follow?
Well, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who would play nice if we win. Considering we were winning and then he destroyed a train. Elo and I have run into guys like this who are not fans of losing. The Trandoshan Black Sun Bounty Hunter being one of them. He was not a good loser because he did not want to die, if I remember correctly. It took him a while. And then we have others who were good losers, like Nemero, whatever that pirate's name was. That is a great loser. That guy can lose. Demevrock, whatever, D-Rock. That was a good loser. He lost with such grace. But Bonastasi, Bonny, if you will, seems more like the kind who doesn't like to lose. Case in point, losing shoots train to destroy us and everyone else on the train. So if we did beat him when he shows up here, he's probably got a plan B and a plan C for if he doesn't come back.
Then what's the play here? I mean, I think you bring up a great point, Beegax, but I also don't think that this Banastasi truly thinks that far ahead. He seems like the, play it by ear kind of guy.
Could be.
If he's willing to just shoot down a train.
That he's
what I mean?
on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that part kind of... I always forget about that part, that he was still on it when he shot it.
I think he's so afraid of dying. So if we threaten him to that point, he could call his crew and tell him to let the crew of the way go.
Yeah.
We're just going to bully him into it. That sounds fine. I like that.
Or, you've seen I'm a crack pilot. We could probably follow wherever he takes you.
That's true too, but you really think... And he looks around at the ship as you hear it creaking, and then like a rusted piece of a door, like an entryway frame just kind of hangs, like gets dislodged. You really think you could follow him in this without being seen? I mean, don't get me wrong, she's got beauty underneath all this rust, but she's also, from what I understand, centuries old, right?
Well, if I get to the ship the way, I hear that one's quite beautiful.
You have no idea the way. She's
The
beautiful
best.
piece of tech. The best, absolutely.
Yes.
Anyways, folks,
When she's working.
let's not
shut up.
let's not drool over our
speaking
ships.
Well, speaking of the way, does it have any internal defenses? It was a spy ship.
Beegax looks at Elo.
I don't think we ever looked around for that.
Jamie, I'm looking at a light side point.
It's funny how we would never have thought to ask that, and we were
I know.
we got bullied on our own ship by Ocean.
It just takes a different perspective.
Right? Yeah.
Someone who knows ships.
Want to have Ian have all the dark side points.
I know.
I'm just saying,
Chase.
we all know how powerful light side points are. That is, if you want to manifest something into the world, that's how you do it.
Well, before we do that, we also had, as we're all discussing this, there's a canon brochure sitting on the countertop still.
Right, oh, right, yeah.
True.
And I would like to think now that the image of Reese isn't a static image. It's like one of those like moving things. It's he's like drinking, moving, thumbs up. Drink.
Cheers. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah.
Cheers, darling.
Oh, we're having so much fun. Come to Old Mantel. That's what it's.
Don't worry about the train. It's fine.
But they published this thing real fast.
How did it even get to the scraps?
I know.
Yeah, what's it doing on board the ship? Wait a minute.
It's like Rat just like collects brochures. He's just like, like free? Thanks.
Oh
We
yeah,
know
that'd
he
be
likes
so
to
fun.
travel.
Yeah.
Every time someone like hands out those like stupid things on the strip or whatever, like he's always taking them, and just like
Cool.
just
Thank
keeping
you.
them. Yeah.
But yeah, so Beegax will point to the brochure.
We still have other options. It doesn't have to be a chase. Doesn't have to be let's dig deeper into the ship, unless
He's gonna look at Elo and Gur again.
unless you know something I don't.
I don't have any other intelligence, but and I'm not sure what Reese can offer. But like you said, Xelora, the more cards we have in our deck, the better.
I could reach out to him. I'm sure he has connections, but beyond money, he wouldn't help in a fight.
We don't have much time either. I assume Bonny is on his way here. Be here very shortly.
I feel as though, because of our time constraint, surrendering in order to ensure the crew's safety and having you follow us behind to have time to formulate some rescue plan is our only option. If we go in guns a-blazing, there may be casualties.
Yeah. Seems viable. Also, if we do get captured and we get back on our ship, we have time to look for hidden defenses that we might not know about that are on there.
Would he take you on that ship?
That's a good point. Well, it looked like the rest of our crew was on that ship, so maybe they're going to use it to haul us there. I mean, it's got to be worth something to them, the Black Sun, to capture the ship of those who have been captured. Sure, they turn us over for a bounty to the Empire, but the Empire doesn't want our ship. That's something for them, I would assume.
Well, you don't even own that ship. Gur does.
Thank you.
True. I never said I did. I'm just saying.
Maybe they'll give it back to you then, once we are in cuffs. Space cuffs.
Yeah, Gur, maybe you get your ship back when we're in jail.
Okay, sounds like we're gonna
Split
come
the
out with
party.
a white flag. Yeah, come out with a white flag,
gosh.
and then Xelora follows us.
Should we reach out to Reese? I mean, maybe he could get us some mercenaries, or he has some connections.
Yeah, that's so you can. So the way I'm thinking is, Jamie's right. We turn ourselves in, we go on a ship. Xelora calls Reese mid-chase, or like, hey, I need a favor. We need some goons. You're gonna have to draw up whatever offensive football plan you can to get us A, uncaptured, and B, safely away from Ord Mantell.
And we'll work on escaping while we're in there. But before we split up, Elo is going to give you all of their grenades. I'm not giving them my shit. Can you hold on to these for me, Xelora?
I'm pretty sure if I give you my gun, like it's kind of, it got damaged against that scary guy. Not sure how much it'll do, but they'll just take it from me anyway.
So he puts his gun on the counter, like, not sure what it'll do.
So Laura's
Okay.
just strapped at this point.
Yeah,
Arms full of grenades and guns.
I mean, Rat, you could hold a couple too if you'd like.
He's like spinning them.
Juggling.
Oh my god. Not on the ship, not on the Ebon Hawk, please.
Okay, if that's the plan, why don't you take the way? They obviously don't want me, they don't want Rat. I guess we could come with you, Xelora. Make sure that everything the handoff is okay.
Do we have anything that GPS location?
I mean, well, they're probably going to take your deck.
Yeah, they're gonna take the deck, but I feel like I could build something in the meantime. I don't know how long it would take. Let me
Yeah,
see.
in fact, Beegax, you know that part of the reason for this bounty is your deck.
Oh, that's right.
It's got shit on. I mean, it may not be known to everyone, but part of the reason why you are wanted is because it's actually your technology is wanted because you have sensitive information.
Which, by the way, I split up with Chai Chai, so he has some of it too. So I don't have all of it, but they'll still take my half. They will definitely still take my half.
Maybe we could have like a tracker and you put it inside LO or something, so they're probably gonna sweep you for stuff. But if it's inside LO,
So I can reduce the time needed to complete computer-related tasks by 25%
Okay.
per rank in technical aptitude, and I believe I have one.
If you want to make something that's like what are those fucking things called? The like Apple
Tag.
tabs,
AirTag,
puffs,
yeah. Oh,
or
AirTag.
whatever. AirTag,
AirTag.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to make like an AirTag or something real, like because of that perk, Beegax, you would have time to be able to do that.
I would like to do that. Also, they use it in Ahsoka. I don't know if you remember. Chopper threw one.
That's right. Yeah, they
and
use it.
def-
Yeah,
and it looked like an AirTag with like a square microchip on top of it for some reason. It's just
yeah. They're real simple. Yeah, Obi-Wan
Yeah.
throws one in
Oh,
the
yeah.
on
Jango
on
Fett's ship.
Yeah, Jango Fett's ship. So yeah, let's have you make. It could be, well, because you're making it, I think it's a mechanics roll. Not super complicated. Because it's not a super complicated thing. So I think it's probably just an average roll.
No successes, unfortunately, but 3 advantage.
Let's say this. Because of your being able to do this in a speedy amount of time, and you got 3 advantages, you could attempt to do this one more time. However, it would be
Last minute.
very last minute. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'd also like to increase the difficulty on myself by saying that I'm going to look at Elo like, this isn't going to work. I look at Elo and I'm like, I think I could fashion something. Like,
I could probably build something inside of you, but I need you to stand still, perfectly still.
Oh, interesting. So this is like actually doing it on LO. Okay.
Yeah.
So LO, if you were to consent to Beegax modifying you in this way, he could actually turn on a location based thing.
The only problem I think canon wise, or at least what I would think canon wise, to add maybe some flavor to it, is that anybody could, like, if they were looking for you, they could just be like picking up that frequency. They'd just be like, oh, I'm looking for this specific droid.
I'm free Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It pops up for everybody. Yeah. Okay. Elo will consent and just say, fine, but be gentle this time.
No, I'm not going. I'm not.
Their little hatch.
I'm not going around the brain this time. I promise.
And he's like just in the side, like a side panel, and he's just like,
if we end up on another planet, I'll be pissed.
Me too.
Green smoke begins to pour out. No.
What the hell is happening?
So it's a harder difficulty, right? I assume.
I think that this is gonna be, and I think this is a computer roll too, because this is, let's call it a hard computers check.
3 success, 2 threats. Green smoke.
Yeah. You see this weird code.
Oh no.
Yeah. I think the threats are, it puts strain on your system, Elo, but success has created like a find your location, find my droid, basically, for Elo, and it's something that's just kind of always on.
2 strain. Okay. I said be gentle.
Sorry. There's a lot more wires on this side than I thought there'd be.
What is that? I'm assuming that like updates on you, Elo. What does that like look like? How does that manifest for you?
I pictured it as the belly hatch that we've used before for my charging port and stuff. So opening up that, I think, sort of hidden in there, you can just see this little flashing light now. Maybe it's flashing like a little green light to just be like beep, beep, beep. Almost sonar-esque.
The Bluetooth is on.
Got it. So yeah, I like this. We can always locate LO, for weal or for woe, they are always locatable. Yeah, and as you finish this up, you see it's more like an airspeeder that's coming in, flying down, and lands in the camp of the Worthless. Coming out is Bonastasi. His like boots crunch into the junk. He's got that big old ion disruptor just sort of like hanging by him.
Little Twi'lek, I knew you couldn't resist seeing me again. Glad you're still here.
Not because I want to be. No, she's let go of all the charm for him.
Really, I thought you didn't care about your little friends here. Wanted to say goodbye, see them off.
Oh no, I'm just taking these two, and she points to Gur and Rat, to their ship so I can get back to town.
Hello.
Beegax looks at Gur like, that's too friendly. What do you
It's called espionage. Look at that.
Is that what you call it? Because
Yeah, that's what they call it.
that looks great.
Are we really doing this right now?
All right, look, Bonnie, just take us back. We're ready to go. Face the music, as it were.
He throws some binders onto the ground in front of you, and he's like,
Go ahead and put those on.
Yeah, no stranger to these. He just- Oh, this is the new aluminum model. I like that. All right, they've updated this.
and he comes over to you, LO, pops on a little restraining bolt
Oh, jeez.
on you. That basically, messes with your code a little bit, and now you can do no harm to Bonastasi. You kind of have to do what he says a little bit, to an extent, but
Fucking Jawa technology, bro. I hate this shit. Or I guess, I don't know if they invented it, but the other one, they use it a lot.
he thumbs over to his airspeeder.
Hop in.
Beegax looks back.
Well, can't say it was a pleasure. Did not enjoy any of it. Hope to see you guys in hell.
And then he'll kind of he'll give a wink. He'll give a wink to Rat. Like, yeah.
That's only meant for you.
Yeah. And he'll walk, I assume, side by side with Elo onto the airspeeder, and he'll look at the bolt, and I assume it's like in their head, like sticking out of their head or something. And he'll look at the bolt.
It's not a bad luck.
Oh, do you want one? I'm sure I could pull some strings.
That's fine. Just making sure you're still you. It doesn't screw up with your sense of humor. It's good to know.
Bonastasi kind of like looks around, sees all the other things here in this like whole place.
Interesting place, Scraplands. Well, as always, Xelora, it's been a pleasure.
I'm glad it was for you.
Be seeing you, kid.
And he sort of like backs away, gives you a wink with his big red eye, and starts up the airspeeder. It kind of goes up out of the junk and begins flying away.
To end the scene, as that like scene fades away, Xelora takes out of her pocket the tracker, and she sees the blip getting further away, but she still has their location.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Respect the Crits, Empire's Edge. If you like what you heard, please consider supporting us by leaving us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts, or whatever platform you use to listen. It's easy, free, helps others learn about the show, and we love reading your feedback. For more information about the show, visit @RespectTheCrit on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, or come chat with us in our official Discord. Beegax is played by Alex Herrera, who you can find on Twitter @AE Herrera or on his Twitch channel, WadeWolf10. Elo is played by Jamie Lee-Bonés, who you can find on Instagram and TikTok @JamieMFBones. Xelora is played by Susan Spenader, who you can find on Instagram @SuzLalouz. I'm Ian Duncan, your host and GM, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram @idunks. The music in this episode is provided with license or permission by a variety of talented artists, whose info and credits can be found in the episode notes. Please support them by visiting their platforms to hear more of their work. The Star Wars role-playing system is published by Fantasy Flight Games. And remember, whatever the system, whether it's a miss or a hit, you always gotta respect the crit. Thank you very much, and may the Force be with you.
When I had Ev, Stormageddon started mimicking her baby cries to get attention. It was the creepiest
weird.
fucking thing.
That's cute and terrifying at the same time.
Yeah.
I would run into the room thinking Evelyn was crying, and it would be Stormy on the bed, like, pet me.
That's that like monster
It was
from
crazy.
that Natalie Portman alien film. What's it called? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Where the
not-
bear
not-
makes the human noises, or
Oh.
Annihilation. The movie's called Annihilation.
thank you, Annihilation. Yes.